to start with, when you're spraying your books, you want to make sure that you have these boards both on top and on bottom before you put your clamps on. The reason why is it helps to evenly distribute the weight of the clamps so the clamps do not damage your books and so that it keeps your pages pushed together really well. You need your pages to be pushed together really well so that no spray is getting inside the pages. So these are all, my husband told me, C-clamps. They're clamps. You can get them from Home Depot, Lowe's, Amazon is actually where I think I got mine because it was cheaper that way. So I'm putting 2 at the back and make sure the books are resting against that spine is resting against that bar. And then I'm going to put on the other 2 clamps to the front. Okay, so I put on all 4 of my clamps. So just kind of at the 4 corners for the most part of those boards. It makes sure that my pages are all just very tightly smushed together. And again, the purpose of that is to make sure that when I'm spraying that no paint is getting inside of the pages. So the next step would either be to spray if you're just doing a solid color, or for me, because I'm doing that negative stenciling, I need to put my stickers on. So I'm going to grab my stickers and then I'll come back. So I've got my books. They've all got their stickers on them, and I've kind of got them in my little makeshift box here. It's just to protect from overspray and things like that. So the paint that I found that works the best is this Krylon paint. It's just spray paint. You get it at, I got this at Hobby Lobby, And a couple of things that I've learned about spray paint is, first off, when you're spraying, you want to spray at an angle and up or down, not necessarily side to side. And again, I don't know if this is the right technique, but it's a technique that works the best for me. That prevents any overspraying or like puddling because it's too heavy of spray, and you don't want your spray to puddle because then it's going to flake off. So what I've learned is short sprays are better than long sprays. Diagonal sprays are better than vertical sprays, and vertical sprays are better than horizontal sprays, and lighter coats are always better than heavier coats. So what I've done is just put the base coat on. Like you can tell, it's not perfect yet, but again, I've just learned that personally, and these are imperfect, it is better to do a lighter coat 2 times than to try to make sure it's perfect that first time. In particular, why I do diagonal is so that I hit those inside edges, and so when I'm spraying up, it better coats those inside edges and spraying down. So I'm going to let these dry for probably 15 to 20 minutes, and then I'll come out here and do another coat once I make sure they're dry. So now that that second coat is nice and dry, what I'm doing is I'm removing the stickers because this is what causes or what creates that nice like negative stencil look. And if some people prefer to do like another design on top of the paint using another color, for instance, Angela K. Morse is doing this and her books look so gorgeous. So if you're wanting to know how to do that, like a pink stencil on top, I definitely encourage you to go check out her page. I just really like the way that the negative stenciling looks. And so I am removing my stickers before I do my clear coat because I want to make sure that my clear coat is filling in the edges of the paint that is left behind once I remove these stickers. So getting my stickers off first, using my little, what's it called? All right, time for that clear coat. All right, now that they are all sprayed and dry, I'm going to take off all of the clamps. And I'm going to just walk you through the process of how I crack the pages. I'll be honest, I'm not even sure if that's the right terminology, but that is what I call it. When you're basically like massaging those pages, kind of just maneuvering them around to make sure that they don't crack. Well, you want them to crack, you don't want them to rip or to tear against each other. So I'm going to go ahead and take off all of my tape, take off all of my envelopes, and then I will get back to you. So I'm going to go ahead, take off my envelope. Envelopes are the best way to cover your books, by the way. Easiest, fastest way. I'm going to open up the back and front cover just a little bit because I'm not trying to crack the spine. I'm just trying to crack these pages. There's a little bit of resistance at first because we just put spray paint on books, and so it's going to be a little stiff. But you're basically just maneuvering these pages a little bit at a time to help them release. And then you're dragging your thumb on the corners to start separating the pages. I found that it's much better to separate the corners first. If you try to separate them in the middle, not only do you run the risk of messing up your spray paint with your oils that are on your thumb, but you also run the risk of tearing your pages. So once they are properly separated, you can go ahead and wrap your book in your dust jacket, if you have one, and then you are done.